President Biden got some really bad news this week in the form of a new Harris poll conducted exclusively for The Guardian that shows that a majority of people in this country, unfortunately, blame him for the current recession in the United States. Let me say that again. A majority of people in this country blame President Biden for the current recession in the United States. Now, a lot of people already know the problem with that statement, don't you? But for those who do not, let me tell you, the United States is not in a recession. Let me read you the startling results from this poll. 55% of Americans believe the economy is shrinking, and 56% think the U.S. is experiencing a recession, though the broadest measure of the economy, GDP, has actually been growing. 49% believe the S&P 500 stock market index is down for the year, though the index went up about 24% in 2023 and is up more than 12% this year. 49% believe that unemployment is at a 50-year high, even though unemployment rate has been under 4%, a near 50-year low. And of course, 58% of those polled saying the economy is worsening due to mismanagement from the presidential administration. So a majority of Americans right now, and that's what this poll was actually trying to find out, hold incorrect views about the economy. They believe things that are not true, and they blame these bad things that aren't even happening on President Biden. So a majority of people think we're in a recession even though we're not, and a majority of people think it's Biden's fault even though we're not even in one. So you get why that's a little crazy, right? It gets worse. 72% said they think inflation is increasing, and in reality, the rate of inflation has fallen sharply from its post-COVID peak of 9.1% and has been fluctuating between 3% and 4% a year. In April, the inflation rate actually went down from 3.5% to 3.4%. So they think inflation's getting worse even though inflation's going down. So why, oh why, do Americans believe all of these false things about the economy and blame President Biden for things that aren't happening? Because again, totally crazy and not normal. Well, part of the reason, of course, is conservative media. Conservative media outlets, conservative media talkers, social media influencers definitively outweigh with their audiences those of us on the left. You add all of us up on the left together and our audiences, we don't even come close to what they have on the right. And they need the economy to be doing poorly to attack Biden. So they tell us the economy is bad. They tell us the stock market is bad. They tell us that everything is horrible and it's all Biden's fault. That message reaches more people than me sitting here or David Pakman or Sam Seder or Crystal Ball and Kyle Kulinski. Like, they're reaching more people than all of us combined, including TYT, which is the biggest one out there, and Brian Tyler Cohen and Midas Touch and all the other folks. We can tell you the truth all day long, but we still only reach a fraction of what they reach. That's one of the big reasons why these economic lies persist. And part of the reason as well is because for millions of people in this country, things are bad. Let's not overlook that part either. I don't want people to think that I'm sitting here saying, hey folks, everything's great, stop bitching. No. For millions of people, things are horrible. 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people cannot afford their pharmaceuticals. They can't afford to go to the doctor or the dentist or the eye doctor. And that's not Biden's fault that those things are happening. The fault lies in the corporations that are jacking up the prices. Now, to a degree, that is the fault of the politicians because they're not doing enough to rein that in. So yes, you want to blame that on them? I'm right there with you because I do too. But you not getting a pay raise, working for somebody that makes 500 times what you make, that's not Biden's fault. That's the corporate greed part of this. So Yes, the economy is bad for some people. Parts of that you can blame on politicians, absolutely. Parts of it, just pure corporate greed. But for the most part, for a lot of people in this country, compared to where they were 4 years ago, things are pretty damn good. Much better than they were when Trump left office. So this poll is shocking. It shows that most Americans believe these false ideas about the economy. So we have to push even harder to tell them the truth. Otherwise, lies win the day, and Biden takes the heat for it. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.